Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sam's Doing Stuff. What am I doing today? Well, the same thing I do every day, just in extreme cold. And I got to tell you something. Having this golf cart back up and running is a big deal because I'm trying to stay as warm as possible, and 11, 12 mile per hour winds today, wind chills down to almost zero. This is just, it just makes things doable. I mean, I'm just getting the garbage can, you know? And it's just horrible out. So what I do is I just hook the garbage can to this thing on the back, tip it down like that, and tow it back to the garage. I know it seems silly. I don't know, guys. It just, the older I get, the more experienced I get, the more I learn to appreciate comforts. Just things that make things a lot easier to do. So you're not just holding down the couch, you know? Whatever makes it happen. And this golf cart makes things happen. And now I really don't even have to worry about the battery. You know, it stays above freezing in the garage, and the battery's good down to low temperatures for operating. So yeah, getting down to the barns, it's a luxury, definitely a luxury. Come on. Huh. Of course, the most important thing to get warm right now isn't me, it's the machines. And now that the golf cart is up and running, I can clean up the garage. I can get my truck back in the garage. That's going to help it a lot. Because believe it or not, the attached garage to the house is, of course, a lot warmer than it is down here. Okay. Yes, somebody did warn me about the mud getting frozen in the tracks. You're 100% right. I cleaned it out, but it got muddy again and then it froze. So I'm gonna be a little more diligent about that. I'm gonna be a little bit more diligent about a lot of things. So we got a delivery here. Everybody is getting ready for this big winter storm coming. And I'm doing my best, you know. I'm learning this winter. One of the biggest things I'm learning is I have to have a warmer place for equipment. And that smaller barn, it's automatically warmer, just being smaller and it's more closed up. And so we're gonna be doing a lot of work towards that this video. Let's make these deliveries. Deliveries are done. Took care of other people first, including my parents. They're all set. Firewood, of course, ready for the big freeze. And now it comes down to me. What do I need? Well, I don't know what I need. A lot of times you try and decide what I might need. And what I might need, and my wife at least said, is we might need the generator if the power goes out for this thing. So, you know, you hope for the best, but plan for the worst. So we're gonna move this up to the garage where it can be warmer, and hopefully we don't even need it. There is one piece of equipment I'm about 1,000% sure I am not gonna need, and that's this mower. And I need the space in this barn. So we're gonna cross our fingers and hope she starts. Confidence is not high. Huh. Doesn't even start, doesn't even turn over, doesn't even, full battery too. Not even a hint. There's nothing I can do about that. I mean, if it won't even turn over. Oh, well, wait a minute. Wait just a minute here. Let's put the brake on. Wow. Now I guess the big question is, can I get it through the snow over to the other barn? Yeah, now this can stay here for the duration of the winter, I'm not gonna need it. If you can see what I'm doing here, I'm changing this barn into the storage barn. I can store whatever I need in here just to keep the snow off of it. But the machines that I'm gonna need, I mean, it's so cold in this barn compared to the other one. It's amazing. It's open and it's cold. So now there is something I am 100% sure I am gonna need, and that's the plow on this tractor. But I am definitely going to put the cab back on this thing. There it is. This tractor cab originally cost me $54. $54 for the golf cart cover. And then I adapted it. Oh, I almost forgot one key thing. It has mirrors. Now I know it's an absolute beauty to behold, right? But to really appreciate it, you gotta get inside. Now my longtime subscribers are very familiar with this $54 tractor cab. And I have videos on the build. I'll leave links up there, you know. But anyway, this thing is really just to keep the wind out of your face. And that's the real part. Sorry, the zipper broke on this side. I had to replace it with Velcro. Anyway, that's the real part that gets you, is the wind. You know, I don't mind the cold. I dress for the cold. But no more wind, you know? It's wonderful. And I'm sure I'll be using this plow. So it's a good idea to have the cab. Now, just so everybody knows, the storm isn't supposed to hit until late Saturday, really Saturday night into Sunday morning. And so you're not gonna see the storm in this video. This is Saturday morning, obviously. We're just getting ready for it. And the cold has already started to set in and the wind is really whipping. It's really important to get this stuff done now. So this is fun. Here's our next step. I want to move the axis into the other barn. Now, you think, well, just hook it up and take it in there. That's not that easy. The doorways aren't big enough. I have to take the axis apart. I think you got it. Curl it. Now you want to turn. Yep, you got it, you got it. Just put it out there, I don't know, by the truck somewhere, over this way as far as you can. Just put it right next to these pallets. That's good, somewhere around there, that's fine. Try and get underneath underneath this part of it. Keep going. Slow and easy. Back up. Just keep backing up. I want you out beyond the pallet. Okay, now let it, okay, back up. All right, let it all the way down. Got it. The Axis has a new home, and it should have been in here all along, really, because that door over there is big enough to take it in and out without taking it apart. I don't know. Anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there. So next thing I want to do is I want to get those trailers back under a roof. I'll tell you what, this thing has impressed me in many ways, many ways, this Baumolite 630D. But for moving trailers around, it is the handiest thing ever. Just putting it there. I'm finally starting to feel a little less under the gun, a little more confident. That's a dangerous place to be, isn't it? But this is all, so this is sellable stuff. Hear that? Yep. So I brought it in here. These are my last 3 baskets, I think, that are ready to be sold. I don't dare tap into the rest of it because it's just not old enough. It just hasn't sat long enough. So, but this stuff is ready. So I got 3 baskets, and I'm pretty sure I'll get a call or a text from somebody that needs some firewood. So this is ready to go. Brought it in the barn so it won't be covered with snow. Same thing with these 2 baskets. I took care of my parents already. They're okay for the storm. But this is a long-term thing. We're going to get a bunch of snow and it's going to stay cold for a long time. So you have to think, A, I'm moving everything into that smaller barn so it can stay warmer. And you got to think, what do I want? If I want to get to it, I don't want it to be covered in snow, which is why I got the trailers in the barns. I got all this wood in the barns. I think I'm ready. Now, will it be the big event that everybody thinks it's going to be? Well, that's just one of those, you know, you plan for the best and hope for the, no, reverse that. Plan for the worst and hope for the best. And just hope you did everything else. All I have left to do is I got to go get some fuel. I just got to fill up my fuel tanks and I'll be ready for the weekend. Now, Wednesday, you're going to want to tune in Wednesday and we'll see what we get. We'll see what I have to deal with this weekend and see what I'm doing more stuff.